and it's a beautiful day, and we also have a beautiful field as the camera pans from third base out to center field to right, and it's a pleasure to be here once again.
Well, it sure is, Bob, and if that's not Americana right there, that looks like should be a lithograph of Norman Rockwell. It's absolutely beautiful field. We've been here for 5 years before this one. This is year number 6, and it's always a lot of fun to see the youngsters out on a baseball field.
And there's the Spring Lake Heights team. This is a double elimination team. They must win today.
That's right. It is double elimination. Spring Lake Heights already has lost once to Howell Central, as a matter of fact. If Howell Central wins this one, they're the champions. If Spring Lake Heights wins, there'll be another game played between the two teams.
Let's meet both teams as you take a look at the fans. We're going to go up to our PA announcer, Steve Boyd, for the introduction of all the players.
Welcome to Spring Lake Heights, 9 and 10-year-old All-Star Tournament. Today's championship game will be played by the home team of Howell Central and the visiting team of Spring Lake Heights. Batting first for Spring Lake Heights and playing second base, Danny Downs. Batting second and catching, Sean Ellis. Batting third and playing third base, Devin Mechanico. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, Jeffrey DeSalvo. Batting fifth and pitching, Nathan Hancock. Batting sixth, playing center field, Chris Lopez. Batting seventh and playing right field, Mike Clancy. Batting eighth and playing first, Bill Jewell. Batting ninth and playing left field, Sean Gordon. Substitutes for today for Spring Lake Heights, John Pascali. Mark Mechanico. Jim Goodman. Coaches are Jay Krieg, Gary DeSalvo, Brian Clancy. For the home team of Howell Central, playing center field, batting first, Barry Mann. Batting second, playing right field, Stephen Skorocki. Batting third, playing third, Augie Grove. Batting fourth, pitching, Chris Montenegro. Batting fifth, playing first base, John Swinyard. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Chris Moore. Batting seventh, playing second, Robbie DeWaters. Batting eighth, playing left field, Donnie Franklin. And batting ninth and catching, Keith Olson. Substitutes for Howell Central, Jimmy Acker, Steve Barrow, John Vitoris, Bob Wilson, Josh Fedorovich. Manager, Mark Acker. Coach, John Vitoris and Steve Barrow. Please rise for the playing of the National Anthem and Little League Pledge.
Please remain standing for the Little League pledge. I trust in God. I love my country and will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best. Play ball!
Okay, I guess that's what Little League's all about. Just do your best and see what comes out, right?
That's right. Go out there and have fun, and these two teams are going to go out and have a lot of fun right now, and so are we.
Let's take a look at the Spring Lake Heights batting order, Bob.
All right, leading it off, Dan Downey, the second baseman. Batting second will be the catcher, Sean Ellis, followed by the third baseman, Devin Mechanico. In the cleanup spot, it'll be Jeffrey DeSalvo on the mound. Nathan Hancock will bat fifth. Batting sixth will be the center fielder, Chris Lopez. In right field, and batting in the number 7 position will be Mike Clancy. Bill Jewell will bat eighth and play third base. And batting ninth and playing left field will be Sean Gordon.
And let's take a look at the defense for Howell Central. At first base, it'll be Swinyard. He's number 1. Over at second base, number 5, D. Waters. At shortstop today, number 14 is Moore. At third base is number 4, Grove. And then we'll move to the outfield. On the grass, number 3 in left field is Franklin.
Good defense, guys. Good defense.
Over in center field, number 10 is Mann. And out in right field, number 13, Sky Rocky. Behind the plate is number 12, Olson. And on the mound, number 8, Chris Montenegro. And let's talk about how they got here, Bob.
Okay, Bob, as you mentioned, it is a double elimination tournament, and Howell Central has gotten to the finals by defeating Spring Lake, Seagirt, South Wall, the Ocean Township North team, and Spring Lake Heights. Spring Lake Heights has gotten this far with victories over Belmar, Ocean Township South, and Spring Lake Seagirt, and of course Spring Lake Heights has already lost once to Howell Central.
So today, under the gun, is Spring Lake Heights. They have to win to stay alive and force it into another game. The Royals from Howell Central looking for a victory and a championship today.
Oh, that's right. And Bob, I think I referred to Spring Lake Heights leadoff hitter as Dan Downey. It's Dan Downs. If I did say Downey, I apologize for that mistake.
Danny Downs, the batter.
And it will be Danny Downs.
Nice target in there, Keith.
Danny, a right-hander, big crouch. And that's a ball.
All right, Chris, you got that first.
As you can see, Danny plays second base. That's a little high, too. So it's 2-0 to the leadoff batter.
Keith, give him a nice target. You got a little one in there, all right?
This guy's 9 and 10 years old. Look at the position. They've already got the weight back.
Sounds like a strike to me.
I think the umpires are serious today. Scoot Sorella behind the plate.
Same thing, lower target.
2-1 pitch. And that to the third baseman, Grove. Over to first base. And Swinyard has it. And do they say he's safe? He might have pulled him off the bag.
They said his foot was off the bag.
So we have to give an error to the third baseman, Grove, on the throw.
Go, guys, you got a 40 seconds. Get the short one in second.
And right back to the pitcher, Montenegro, to second base for the force. They try to turn 2, but they get 1.
I was going to say, they don't waste time, do they?
Not at all. I looked down, and there they were.
John, you catch that ball if you're not sure. One down!
So we have 1 out.
Same thing, guys. One down.
And it's-
second.
And they're going to try a steal here. And in safely at second base is Ellis.
You know, one thing you learn by doing some of these games with the Little Leaguers, Bob, is you don't look down and write things. You have to just remember what happens, and then when there's a break, try to get it all down because they're moving every pitch.
This is Mechanico.
Good
Devin.
stop. Good stop.
Third baseman for Spring Lake Heights. And we have timeout. as will help the catcher Olson get his equipment back together. So a stolen base for Sean Ellis, who reached on a fielder's choice with 1 out.
All right, Chris, you and Keith, son. You and Keith in there.
That's fouled away. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And our umpires, by the way, Scott Sorella, as we mentioned behind the plate. Scoot Sorella, that is. And on the bases, Pete Smith. There's Pete, right around second base.
And here's the first strikeout. So we have 2 down. And that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Jeffrey DeSalvo.
Look at Montenegro on the mound. Good fastball.
And swing and a miss. I'm going to hear him tonight in sleep.
I'll tell you.
See the runner at second base. That's Ellis. And that's a ball. He's going to go down the third. The throw down. Then he might have him. And they got him. A good throw from Olson to Grove, puts on the tag for the 3rd out. So they get Ellis trying to steal third base. So Spring Lake Heights gets no runs on no hits. And Howell Central commits 1 error. So an interesting top of the first inning.
Yeah, it sure was, and it was a good throw, as you mentioned, by the catcher, Keith Olson. A nice tag by Augie Grove, and that means that Spring Lake Heights will come up in the top of the 2nd inning, leading it off with their cleanup hitter, Jeffrey DeSalvo. So the pressure squarely on the shoulders of Spring Lake Heights. They must win it, as we mentioned, a double elimination tournament, and Spring Lake Heights has already lost once in the tournament. Howell Central has not been defeated yet, and they would like to have gotten a couple on the board that first inning to relax them a bit, but it wasn't in the cards.
And let's take a look at the Howell Central lineup.
All right, leading it off, Barry Mann, followed by Steve Skaraki. Augie Grove will bat 3rd. The cleanup hitter will be Chris Montenegro, batting 5th. John Swinyard, Chris Moore in the number 6 spot. Robbie DeWaters will bat 7th. Donnie Franklin 8th, and Keith Olson, the catcher, in the number 9 position.
And we'll take a look at the defense for Spring Lake Heights. At first base is number 6, Jewell. At second base is Downs. At shortstop, number 5, DeSalvo. Third base, number 2, Mechanico. Out in left field is number 13, Gordon. Over in center field, number 1, Lopez. And out in right field, number 14 is Clancy. Behind the plate, number 3, Ellis.
Look at that shot, huh?
And on the mound, number 10, Nathan Hancock. So he plays 6 innings in Little League. And we're moving into the bottom of the first inning with no score. It'll be Barry Mann, Sakaki, and Grove. Saraki, that is.
Skaraki.
Skaraki.
S-K-R-O-C-K-I.
And Grove. So Mann is the center fielder. He'll lead off. Number 10. And here we go. First left-handed batter we've seen so far today. The leadoff man for Howell Central.
Barry Mann, the center fielder. And Mann has hit 400 in the tournament, so a good leadoff hitter. He's 4 for 10.
Yeah, you want to get your
With a
leadoff
double
man
and a
on.
triple. That's right, he's got a double and a triple also.
And that's a ball as it gets through.
Come 14 teams started the tournament, and only 2 are remaining.
That one chopped out, foul. And you can see down the right field line, it's 200 feet. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Barry Mann.
Well, a good rip by Barry Mann. As we mentioned, he's hitting 400. You saw a little power there. He's walked twice. He's only struck out 1 time. So your prototype leadoff man.
Looks like he can run, too. And a pitch and a swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Scoot Sorella behind the plate doing the umpire.
Ball, 2 strikes.
He doesn't need a mic. It's fouled away. So it remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Barry Man.
Interesting place where Scoot stores the extra baseballs. He has them stuck in the backstop behind him.
This back to the pitcher, Hancock, goes over to first, and the runner is out. So we have 1 out, scored 1-3. Nice play by Jewell over at first base, and a good play by Hancock. He just held up and waited for his first baseman to get on the bag.
That's right, he reacted well to the hit. The ball was hit well. Nathan Hancock, the pitcher.
Skaraki takes a strike. Steven is the right fielder.
Karaki, the batter.
Another left-hander, tall. And that's a ball, it's low.
2 for 6 in the tournament, hitting .333 with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts.
One and 1 pitch on the way, and that's a ball. So it's 2-1. Where's lucky number 13? And it's a foul ball, so it's 2-2 now. As Skaraki just got a little bit of that one. And the first strikeout for Hancock. And we have 2 out.
You know, Bob, I know these are young kids and all, but I look behind home plate. Our plate umpire, Scoot Sorella, is not wearing shin guards or a chest protector back there. He's got more nerve than I'd have.
And he don't have much padding there. He's pretty lean. This is Augie Grove, and he swings and misses. Augie, the third baseman.
Time is called as a cherry Coke can just fell out of the press box or the PA box above home plate.
And this one, first baseman Jewell gets through, and they get it in. And Skaraki, check that, it's Grove with a single. I'd like to congratulate Steve Boyd, the PA announcer, for a fine job opening up this game.
That's right, did a nice job. Pronounce the names right.
It's better than I can do.
Got the music going on cue. That's easier than some people might think. That last ball hit by Grove was a shot just fair down the right field line.
This is the cleanup batter, Montenegro. Swung on and missed. Chris is the pitcher today.
Nice pitch by Hancock. Looked like he took a little off of it, pulled the string on it.
2 out, and that's fouled away, so it's 0-2. Hancock out in front.
Nice motion by Hancock on the mound. He's nice and loose. He's really got his fundamentals down at a very young age. And I remember when I was 9 and 10 years old, I had all the moves. I couldn't throw the ball like that, but from watching the guys on TV, I had all the moves down.
Look good. And that's the second strikeout of the inning for Hancock, and he closes it out with the strikeout of Montenegro. So Howell Central gets 1 hit, no runs, and they leave 1 at the bottom of the first inning. And we'll be back with more Little League action from Spring Lake Heights right after this.
Where's the food? Where's the food? Dinner is served. Hey, where'd everybody go?
They've gone to Jason's Furniture in Neptune City, where they can buy this sofa and love seat or this sofa, love seat, and recliner by Jackson for only $6.99, or this beautiful colonial love seat and recliner covered in 100% nylon for only $7.99.
When buying furniture, you can't pass up our deals.
Welcome back to Spring Lake Heights in the 7th annual Spring Lake Heights 9 and 10-year-old Little League Tournament. Bob Hartman here along with Bob Lampinen. And after 1 complete inning, we have a scoreless game. As you take a look at Montenegro, Howell Central, that is, on the mound. And go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say, Jeff DeSalvo will lead it off. He was up in that last inning when Sean Ellis was out trying to steal third base.
And he takes strike one.
And DeSalvo in the tournament hitting .533. He's 8 for 15.
Good cleanup batter.
He's got 4 walks. Struck out 3 times.
He took a ball on that one. It'll take a little bit of time. It's 1-1. Plays shortstop. That one to the third baseman, Grove, over the first. And they've got him. First out of the inning. That's the second time the first baseman, Swinyard, had to reach a little bit to get it.
Yeah, the third baseman, Groves, throws just a little bit offline, but Hoagie Grove looks smooth over at third base. Fields the ball well. He's got a good arm.
This will bring up Nathan Hancock, the pitcher. And he swings and misses. He's the 5th batter in the order.
Nathan Hancock, the batter.
Ralphie!
That's a little high, so it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hancock will be followed by Chris Lopez, the center fielder.
Some of the other teams that have been in the tournament, we'll run through them all as the game goes on. Howell Central, Spring Lake Heights, Ocean Township South. Look at this shot.
Franklin will have to chase that one to the fence. And Hancock in with a double. So that's the first hit off Montenegro. And Hancock registers a double.
Double bringing up Chris Lopez.
Well, Nathan had been hitting .500 in the tournament. He was 3 for 6 and had walked 9 times.
And this is Nathan Hancock. I checked that. Chris Lopez.
Some big
Number
numbers.
1. And it's 0-2 to Lopez.
Well, you're not allowed to take a lead in Little League Baseball, Bob. You come off the base after the ball's released, and the runner at second, Hancock, has been off to a good lead.
And another strikeout for Montenegro. And the second out of the inning.
I started to say there's big numbers on these teams. Lopez, coming into that at bat, was hitting .500. He was 5 for 10.
So that's a big strikeout for Montenegro with Hancock at second base. He takes his lead as Mike Clancy is the batter, the right fielder, and he's looking at a count of 0-1. And it's 0-2 now.
Clancy waving at that one a little bit out of the strike zone. See if Hancock goes now to try to force Howell to just throw the ball around.
Doesn't get the chance as Montenegro strikes out Mike Clancy for the 3rd out of the inning and the 3rd strikeout of the game for Chris Montenegro. So Spring Lake Heights in the top of the 2nd inning gets 1 hit. They leave 1, but they get no runs. So as we move to the middle of the 2nd inning, the score remains 0-0. And we're going to take a look at what Howell Central can do when they come up to bat this time. As you look at the pitcher, Hancock, who doubled the last inning but was stranded at second base. And due up for Howell will be Swinyard, Moore, and DeWaters to face Hancock. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Howell Central. That's fouled away by John Swinyard.
Nice rip by Swinyard. I think he's in a little bit of a slump. He's hitting 182 in the tournament. Let's see, he's 2 for 11, but based upon that swing, he's a good hitter, and he's in the number 5 slot in the order, so he must have some power.
Well, you mentioned swing, too. That's important in Little League. A lot of times you see a lot of guys stand up there and never swing. You can see why these two teams are here. They swing the bat. That's a ball. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to John as you look at Hancock on the mound. Off-speed pitch is outside, so it's 2-1.
You know, you're right. I noticed that in the first inning. Hancock does change speeds a little. He took something off of that one, tries to get the guys out in front. Nice motion, nice and loose.
There's the fastball, and that's fouled away. So it's 2-2 to Swinyard. We're at the bottom of the second inning. If you just joined us, this is the 7th annual Spring Lake Heights 9 and 10-year-old excuse me, Little League tournament.
No mosquitoes out tonight, Bob. No
just
excuses.
a little extra juice going down the wrong pipe. So 1 out and a strikeout. So the last 2 batters that Hancock has faced, he struck them both out, and it's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Another left-hander. This one popped up by Moore, third baseman.
What a play!
Mechanico made a great play on that one for out number 2 of the inning.
It looked like it was going to be a foul ball, and Wynn pushed it back. Had he not held on to it, that would have been a fair ball and a double. So great play by the third baseman, Devin Mechanico.
Let's take another look, and it deserves another look.
Sure does. Pop foul, then it blows back, and look at that play.
And while you were looking at that, Robbie DeWaters, the second baseman, just singled down the first baseline.
I told you.
So that's the second hit allowed by Hancock with 2 outs.
Goes
And
the runner.
going down the second base is DeWaters, and he's in safe with a stolen base. So Donnie Franklin, with a count of 0-2, is up. Franklin, the left fielder.
1 for 2 in the tournament, officially.
And that's a ball. There's 2 outs, and there's 2 balls, no strikes. I thought it was 3-0, but it's 2-0. Now it's 3-0. And you look at the Waters down at second base. There's a strike. So it looks like Hancock took a little bit off and got the strike.
A nice pitch, and I'm still getting a kick out of the plate umpire. Scoot Sorrell, every time he calls a strike, it looks like he's pointing right at you, Bob.
That's a fastball. He's trying to help me out. It's out of play. Jewell trying to get to that one, the first baseman.
Look at that, what a great, there's another one of our umpires out here today.
So the count is full with 2 out. And DeWaters at second base. And Hancock gets Franklin looking for the 3rd out. And that's his 4th strikeout of the game so far. So Howell Central gets no runs on 1 hit, and they leave 1. We'll have more Little League Baseball after this.
Okay, gang, everybody in the pool.
When your family is ready for a bigger pool, the best way to go is with a Holiday Pool. Holiday Pools, located on Route 9 in Freehold, specializes in building in-ground swimming pools. Select a pool of your choice from a variety of shapes and sizes, designed to fit your lifestyle and your environment. And beneath every beautiful Holiday Pool are 10-inch thick concrete walls, backed by a lifetime structural guarantee. Call 780-7290 for your free Holiday Pool home survey.
Welcome back to the 7th annual Spring Lake Heights 9 and 10-year-old Little League tournament. And moving to the top of the 3rd, it's 0-0. And squaring to bunt is Bill Jewell. And he takes ball 1. Jewell is the 8th batter in the lineup. But the first batter to lead off the 3rd inning. Following him will be Gordon and Downs in this inning. So it's 8, 9, and 1 in the order for Spring Lake Heights.
Both teams piling the strikeouts up. 3 guys have gone down on strikes for Spring Lake Heights, and 4 already for Howell Central.
And there's a strike. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's high.
Montenegro dropped down a little more, came sidearm on that one. Be nice being 9 or 10 years old again, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
They didn't have nice uniforms like these when I was a kid.
I'd like to be about 19 or 20.
I'll take my chances at 9 or 10.
And that's foul tip. So staying alive is Bill Jewell, the first baseman.
You know, the other thing, I remember when I was 9 or 10, that left field fence looked about 6 counties away. Right now it looks real close. I don't understand what's happened.
And this one to the first baseman, Swinyard. Oh, that was the second baseman making the play, number 5, to Waters, and he goes to Swinyard. It's so close, it looked like the first baseman making the play.
Oh, good play
We're out number
by
one.
Robbie DeWaters there.
Nice try, Bill. Come on, Shorty. Sean, hit that ball.
So scored 4-3, and that'll bring up Sean Gordon. His first trip to the plate, and he takes ball 1.
Good eye, Sean.
In the top of the third, no score. Ooh, good rip that time.
He went after it. Sean, a good ball player. I'm kind of rooting for him here. I'm good friends with his father, who was talking to us before the game. I could tell that the elder Gordon has done some coaching with his son.
Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Except that's what his father used to do a lot of, taking those strikes on the outside corner.
That one to the third baseman, Grove. He's going to have a tough throw. And Sean Grove will stay at first base. So, official scorer Bob Lampinen. Do we give the third baseman an error this time?
9 and 10 years old? Nah, tough
Okay,
play.
we give a hit. Pitcher, if you look at Grove, pitcher Montenegro says, what do you mean? It was against my record.
Well, had he had a no-hitter going, I would have scored it an error, but he's already given one up.
So this is Dan Downs. He let it off in the first inning and reached on an error by Grove. So we have 1 out, and Gordon at first base. That one right back to the pitcher, Montenegro, to second base, and they get 1 on the force. So they get Gordon on the force. A good play by Montenegro.
Smart play. He held up, made sure second base was covered.
So once again, Downs at first base.
Sean Ellis, the batter with
And it'll bring up Sean Ellis. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. You have 2 out, no score. 1 hit in this inning.
Oh!
I guess that's a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sean Ellis.
Yeah, I kind of like this. Very few warm-up pitches between innings. Pitchers don't stretch and throw back and forth to the bases. The game moves along.
And moving down to second base is Sean Ellis with a stolen base. Check that. That's Dan Downs, second base. Ellis at the
Good eye, Sean. Good eye.
in the batter's box there. With a count of 3-1 to him. That one fouled away. I ain't even gonna call balls and strikes here. I just let the umpire do it. So it's 3-2. I'll take this any day, though. At least I can hear what he's saying.
Some of the guys, you know, God bless you, Robert, sneezing here. Some of the guys you have to guess. You're not sure whether they're calling a ball or strike. No problem with Scoot Sorella.
This one up in the air. Grove will make a play of it. And we have 3 out. As Grove gets Ellis on the pop out. So for Spring Lake Heights, in the top of the 3rd inning, they get 1 hit. But they get no runs, and they leave 1. So as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it remains scoreless here. And we'll be taking a look at Howell Central as you look at Hancock on the mound for Spring Lake Heights. Howell Central will be bringing to the plate Olson, Mann, and Skaraki. It'll be 9, 1, and 2 in the order.
Bob, you know, we mentioned at the beginning of the game about the great field, and it's really in tremendous condition. We have to make sure that we compliment the grounds crew here. Sean Boyd, Mark Fletcher, Mike Crotty, Tom Hindeman, and Tommy Russinello have done a great job. They're out here watering and raking, and I wish my lawn looked this nice. It's perfect out there.
Takes a lot of work to keep it in good shape, and they've done a great job. This is Olson. Seen some strikeouts today. So far, we've seen 7 strikeouts in total, but no walks, which is nice.
Yeah, both pitchers keeping the ball in the strike zone.
And that's a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the batters are also swinging also, which is important. And 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Olson is the second baseman. His first trip to the plate today in the bottom of the 3rd inning. If his Royals can win today, they will take home the championship. And that's a ball of this 7th annual Spring Lake Heights 9 and 10-year-old Little League tournament. If Spring Lake can win, they force it into game 2. It's our 6th year here. And another strikeout as Olson watches the 3rd strike. So that's 5 strikeouts in all for Hancock on the mound.
Let's go, Barry.
And out number 1, that'll bring up Barry Mann, who grounded out in the 1st inning. Back to the pitcher, this time through the hole for a single. Gordon gets it back in, and Barry Mann at first base with a single.
No doubt about that one. Good shot between the hole, or in the hole between 2nd and 3rd base, past the shortstop, and he ripped it.
So we have 1 out, and that'll bring up Steven Skaraki. He struck out in the 1st inning. That went through, and going down to 2nd base is Mann. So ball 1 to Skaraki. It's low, ball 2. One out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, that's fouled away. So now it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Come on, Steven, need a hit, Steve.
To the right fielder for Howell Central.
Might be able to hear some of the guys in the dugout. Need a hit, need a hit.
It's like Barry.
Don't hear the talk we used to have when we were playing, though, out on the infield.
Yeah, a lot of chatter used to be.
Come on, baby, can of corn.
And Mechanico over to first base. Throw a little bit too late, beating out the throw is Skaraki. So now Howell Central has runners at 3rd and 1st as Mann advanced to 3rd base. Got to give him a single on that one for beating out the throw.
Just like last time.
So 2 hits, and this is Grove up in the inning. Still only 1 out, and swung on and missed. Going down to 2nd base is Skaraki. They just send him automatically. You can see him down there, number 13. So we have runners at 2nd and 3rd. That one's fouled away.
Well, Nathan Hancock on the mound ahead in the count, 0-2 now. He needs a strikeout here. There is 1 out, and Augie Grove's a tough out.
As you can see, he singled down the right field line in the 1st inning.
417 hitter.
And right back to Hancock. It takes a bad bounce, 1 run in. And the runners are safe at 1st and 2nd. I think you got to give him a single on that also.
Yeah, bounced right over the glove, sure.
Runners at 1st and 3rd. A little correction. Mann scored from 3rd base. Skaraki is down at 3rd. There he is, and over at 1st base is Grove with a single. So 1 run in on 3 hits. So Howe draws blood first. And this is Chris Montenegro. He struck out for the 3rd out of the 1st inning. He is the cleanup batter.
He sure is. Hitting .636 coming into the game in this tournament. Has a double and a triple, 7 for 11. Walked twice and only struck out once.
And you can see the 2 runners. That's his ball 2. Augie Grove on the first pitch automatically moved down to second base.
Chris. Smash it.
So it's 2-0 to Chris Montenegro. That one to the second baseman, Downs. Looks at home, goes to first, gets the runner there, and scoring is Skaraki from third base. So 2 runs in with 2 out. The inning started off good for Hancock. He struck out the leadoff batter, Keith Olson. And then the damage started with a single by Mann, followed by another one by Skaraki. And then Grove also, 3 in a row. So 2 runs in. That one up in the air. Center fielder Lopez on his horse, can't get to it. 3 runs are in. Augie Grove scores. And with a double at second base is Swinyard.
Chris Moore, the batter.
Good
And
shot
it's
by
3-0.
Swinyard. And the sun's shining on Swinyard, and it was shining in the eyes of the outfielders. The left fielder Gordon and the center fielder Lopez.
And this is Chris Moore. Popped out to the third baseman in the second inning. That one off the glove of Hancock. The shortstop's got it over to first, and they get him. A nice play by DeSalvo, the shortstop from Spring Lake Heights, to end the inning. For the third out, they get Moore. But Howell Central scores 3 runs on 4 hits, and they leave 1. We'll be back with more action from Spring Lake Heights right after this.
I know a place where the fish are this big, but I don't know how to get back there.
My 4-wheel drive can get us anywhere.
Some 4-wheel drive, you should get this thing fixed.
When you need professional 4-wheel drive service, call Mac at ATS Transmissions. Located on Route 88 in Lakewood, ATS specializes in 4-wheel drive repair. Whether automatic or standard transmission, transfer case, or differential, it's a job for ATS. So when you need reliable 4-wheel drive repairs, call ATS Transmissions. They've got a grip on quality.
And welcome back to the 7th annual Spring Lake Heights 9 and 10-year-old Little League Tournament. And you can see the score in the top of the 4th. Howell Central, 3-0. Bob Hartman along with Bob Lampinen. We'll turn it over to the play-by-play to Bob Lampinen.
Okay, thank you, Bob. There's a strike to Devin Mechanico.
It's been a good game.
The count now is 0-2 to Mechanico. Top of the 4th inning. And this one hit on the ground right back to the pitcher, Montenegro. Flips to Swinyard, and that does it for Mechanico here in the top of the 4th inning.
It was a big bottom of the 3rd inning for Howell Central. They got 3 runs on 4 hits in that inning, and that's how they got out in the lead.
Number 2 hitter in this inning is Jeffrey DeSalvo. Takes down low in the dirt for ball 1. DeSalvo grounded out to the third baseman in inning number 2. We were mentioning some of the other teams in the league earlier. North Howell, Spring Lake Seagirt is another one. Millstone Roosevelt, North and South Wall, Belmar, Neptune, Howell South. Down low for ball 2. Neptune City, Gladly Beach had a team in here. Manasquan Brielle and Ocean Township North all took part in it. 14 teams started. 2 teams remaining in this double elimination tournament. Howell Central in the driver's seat. And that one backhanded by Montenegro. Can't find the handle. That'll be a base hit for DeSalvo.
DeSalvo with an important base hit. He's batting .533, that is.
Kicked that up a couple of points. Nice play, though, by Chris Montenegro. He almost made a great backhanded stab on it, hit the heel of his glove, juggled it momentarily, and couldn't come up with it, so it's a base hit for DeSalvo. 1 down, and Nathan Hancock
the batter.
will be the hitter. Hancock roped a double his last time up. On the ground, tough hop to the shortstop, and they get the force.
Nice play by Moore, the shortstop for Howell Central, and they get the lead runner, which is important.
It was a real good play by Moore. Take a look at the replay on the almost backhanded play a minute ago by Montenegro, and then he couldn't find the handle.
2 out.
So 2 down now. Nathan Hancock on at first base. And swung on and missed for strike one to Chris Lopez. Lopez struck out in the second inning. And this one moving right along.
He didn't waste any time.
And foul down the right field line. We hope you're enjoying all the action here on TV 34. This is the 7th annual 9 and 10-year-old Little League tournament from Spring Lake Heights, New Jersey. The Elmer J. Oberto Memorial Field, and it's just a great little place to play baseball. And there's strike three to Chris Lopez. So that does it for Spring Lake Heights. In the 4th inning, they come up with no runs on 1 hit, and they leave 1 man aboard. So we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. There you can see the count, 3-0. Howell Central leading it, 6 hits compared to 3. And that man on the mound is going to have to try to hold him right there. That's Nathan Hancock.
He had a tough bottom of the 3rd inning. That's where they got all the runs. He had to face 7 batters, and they got him for 4 hits and 3 runs. DeWaters, Franklin, and Olson.
And the first pitch in there for a called strike to Robbie DeWaters. Robbie single and stole second base in the 2nd inning, but was stranded and fouls that one back out of play. So 0-2 the count. Last year's champion in this tournament was Howell Central. 1984, Manasquan Brielle. In 1983, Ocean North won it.
So Howell Central trying to defend their championship.
And off-speed pitch swung on and missed by Robbie DeWaters, so that's a strikeout, out number 1. 1982, the tournament was won by the Ocean Township North team. 81, Spring Lake Seagirt, and in 1980, Spring Lake Heights. So they've kind of spread the wealth around. A number of different teams having captured this tournament. Called strike 1 to Donnie Franklin. Franklin struck out in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, talking about strikeouts, 6 strikeouts for Hancock so far today.
Well, Scoot Sorella, the umpire, lets us know, yeah, he went, strike 2. And that one misses inside. Brings back a lot of memories for me, Bob, being here watching this stuff. And pretty soon it starts all over with my little guy growing up. He's about ready to start playing Little League.
There's another strikeout, Bob. His 7th strikeout of the game.
Well, Donnie Franklin went after a high fastball, unhappy with himself.
Talking about his starts for you. Are you going to coach?
Well, they already got me working with a little soccer team, and I'll probably be out there.
It's hard to stay away, ain't it?
In all my spare time.
Yeah, you got a lot of that, right?
Well, you make time for something like that. Down low to Keith Olson. 2-0 the count to Keith. Keith bats number 9, struck out in the 3rd inning. And Hancock trying to strike out the side. There's the off-speed pitch, attempted bunt.
Tough on the nerves, being so close to the umpire here. That's in a great angle. You can take a look what it looks like from the top.
That's terrific. And you can see outside, a good way to judge the umpire. And boy, you can get in trouble. You can see right where it's coming in. Pretty tough to call high and low, but you can certainly see the strike zone.
See the count, 3-1 too.
Good pitch outside corner. So the count is full, 3-2. 2 down here in inning number 4. And that one up high, ball 4.
It's our first walk of the day. This is the top of the 4th inning.
Well, that's a real credit to these 2 kids on the mound, because we've all seen Little League games where that's all you see is walks, but not so for Nathan Hancock. He's done a great job. And he will face the top of the order, Barry Mann. Mann swings late, fouls it off for strike 1. Mann, the 2nd hitter in the last inning, really got things started with a single, stole second, came around to score. So Barry Mann 1 for 2, and coming into the game, what was he hitting, Bob?
Let's see, Barry Mann was hitting 400 coming into the game.
So he's knocked that up a couple of points. Hit hard to the second baseman, Downs, and goes to first. Nice play.
Good play by Downs at second base, the short hop.
Not an easy play at all, so the Howell Central team held scoreless. And the score after 4 complete, it's 3-0, and we'll be back with more Little League Baseball in just a minute.
Shop Silvert's Furniture in downtown Freehold, where you'll discover a brand new beautiful world of fine furniture conveniently displayed in spacious showrooms. Silvert's features elegantly fashioned contemporary styles for every room in your home, designed by leading makers. Since 1929, Silvert's continues a tradition of providing an extraordinary selection of distinctive furniture and quality groupings for children and teens in contemporary styles designed for lasting value. For all your furniture needs, see Silvert's in downtown Freehold.
Well, we're back in Spring Lake Heights for more Little League Baseball. It's Mike Clancy to lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning with a 3-0 lead for Howell Central. On the mound, it's Chris Montenegro trying to hold on to the shutout. And the first pitch to Clancy inside, also due up Jewell and Gordon to follow Clancy. So far, Spring Lake Heights, no runs on 3 hits. That one swung on and missed. Mike Clancy pulling his head out a little bit on that swing.
Clancy, the batter.
And a good pitch outside corner for strike 2.
1-2 to count.
And a 1-2 pitch quickly on the way. Looked like he tried to turn over a little breaking ball, but it misses outside for the count of 2-2.
Yeah, some changes for the Howell Central team. At second base now is Acker, and out in left field is Barrow.
Well, that one popped foul.
Acker's number 7 at second base. He replaced the Waters.
And what was the other change?
And out in left field, we have Barrow in place of Franklin. Barrow's number 2.
Clancy hits it on the ground, but a good play by Grove. And they got him. Nice play by the third baseman, Augie Grove, as Mike Clancy hit the ball sharply, but Grove with another short hop. They teach the short hop around here in the 9 and 10-year-old Little League. They're doing a nice job.
Doing a real nice job. Good infielders so far. Seen real good infielding.
We're going to take another look at it.
And you'll watch him make the throw over to first. And we have live action, another out.
Well, that was Bill Jewell who hit the ball on the ground back to the pitcher, Montenegro. Pretty tough to squeeze the replays in.
Sean Gordon, the batter.
You watch the pros, they come out there and fix their hair and chew their gum and fix their glasses, comb their hair.
And these guys play baseball.
They play baseball, right? They're not interested in camera time. They just want to play.
Gordon fouls it off. Strike 1.
Actually, they want to get home in time to turn the Mets game or the Yankee game on. This one popped up to the shortstop. Chris Moore makes the play. So that pop up by Sean Gordon. And in the top of the 5th for Spring Lake Heights, no runs on no hits and nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score remains 3-0. Howell Central in the lead, and Howell Central needs this victory, and they will be this year's tournament champions. If Spring Lake Heights can come back to win it, they'll be forced to play one more time, as this is a double elimination tournament. And
well, they lead it here, Bob, 3-0. They like to pick up some more runs as they move into the top of the 6th inning. As you look at Skaraki, Grove, and Montenegro up.
And that one in there for strike 1 as Skaraki goes after it. Skaraki struck out in the 1st inning, singled and stole a base, came around to score in inning number 3. Beats this one on the ground. And barehanded by the first baseman, Bill Jewell.
Nice play. Just beat Skaraki to the bag.
John Vittori counts after first base.
And we're going to take another look at it right here.
Watch it. This is a tricky play. You got to get up there, make the play before the ball could maybe go foul.
Pitch up high, ball 1 to Augie Grove. Of course, the first baseman had his glove closed before the ball got to it. Makes it a little tougher. We are here in Spring Lake Heights. Hope you're enjoying the action on TV 34. Nice play by the shortstop, Jeff DeSalvo, as Augie Grove beat it on the ground.
DeSalvo at shortstop made a great play that time. There he is. 2 outs.
There he is. Nice play at shortstop. Jeff DeSalvo. That'll bring up Chris Montenegro, the pitcher, and the number 4 hitter.
So the only trouble that Hancock had so far in this game was in the 3rd inning. He only allowed 2 hits at that time going into that inning and didn't allow any runs at all. That was the tough one.
Oh! Check swing. Foul ball off the bat.
Bottom of that 3rd inning, he allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. That's what has been the nemesis so far for Spring Lake Heights.
Montenegro hits it on the ground again. DeSalvo, the long throw. And not quite in time, but a good play by DeSalvo. And they say that the runner Montenegro did not make enough of an attempt to go to second to tag him out on the overthrow.
I hate this. We got to almost give an error, I think, on the first baseman that time. The ball was there.
It was a nice play by the shortstop DeSalvo. Bob Hartman, he's a mean guy. I wouldn't want to be batting if you're the official scorer.
It hit the glove. It hit the glove.
So although it hurts, we give him an error. There's the catcher, Sean Ellis. Look at that. That throat guard is halfway down his chest.
While we were talking, Montenegro went down to second base. He's no longer at first. Now they're going to take it back to first. They're going to send him back.
Sneaky. They learn early, don't they? Swinyard. And that'll be a base hit, as it was hit deep in the hole, and the shortstop, DeSalvo, knocked it down. He's got quite an arm over his shortstop.
He's keeping busy, too.
That's the runner on his second base, Chris Montenegro. But that'll be a base hit. So there's runners at first and second. The runner on at second is Montenegro, and over at first is Swinyard.
All this happening with 2 outs. Hancock got Skaraki and Grove to ground out.
This one hit on the ground to the second baseman, knocks it down. And
I'll tell you what, that one I will give a single to. I won't give the...
that's a tough play.
That's a tough play. You got a second baseman in downs charging the ball with a runner running right in front of him.
That's right. Well, moving on to third base was Chris Montenegro, and Swinyard to second base. Good attempt by the second baseman, Dan Downs. We'll take another look at it.
This is tough. You're taught to charge the ball, and he does charge it, and then you got the runner coming right in front of you.
Well, that's the second baseman, Danny Downs, just came up with a good attempt. They're all loaded up now. 2 down, and the hitter is Acker. He swings and hits it foul.
Oh, just about got
and
that
a diving
nice
attempt, but not quite.
Whew, Jewel with almost a sparkling play there. Nice going.
That one hit right back to Hancock, and he gets out of the jam. Nice play by the pitcher, Nathan Hancock, to get out of it. He had the bases loaded. He had 2 down.
Yeah, he was really calm. Right back to him, looked over to the first baseman, Jewel, and threw it right to him for the 3rd out of the inning.
Good look at some of the people on hand, so the score still remaining 3-0.
All right, fellas, the dinners have all been prepared. We're ready to shoot the commercial. We've got lasagna, linguine white clam, seafood marinara, chicken franchise, veal piccata, and don't forget to get a great shot of our delicious pizza.
All right, quiet on the set.
Squan Tavern, take one.
Ready, action.
Hey, fellas, what about my commercial?
Squan Tavern, Molte Bene.
When your appetite starts speaking Italian, it's time for Squan Tavern. Squan Tavern, Broad Street in Manasquan. It's so good.
Welcome back to the Elmer J. Oberto Memorial Field here in Spring Lake Heights. This year's tournament is history. Howell Central has won it by the score of 3-1 over Spring Lake Heights. They've got some very special ceremonies they want to get underway. So let's go back to our PA announcer, Stephen Boyd.
We'll be doing a trophy presentation. The second place team will be first. First batter was Danny Downs. Sean Ellis. Devin Mechanica. Jeffrey DeSalvo. Nathan Hancock. Chris Lopez. Mike Clancy. Bill Jewell. Sean Gordon. John Pascali. Mark Mechanica. Jim Goodman. Coaches, Jay Krieg, Gary DeSalvo, manager Brian Clancy.